the given options here, we see that the paragraph can either start with sentence A, B or C. So, a good thing about a 6-sentence parajumble is that since the opening sentence and the closing sentence is already given to you, so all you have to do is that you have to find a matching pair with sentence 1, and you could also find a matching pair with sentence 6. So this could give you a clear hint as to which is the correct option. Let us look at the options again, A, B or C. So now first we read the first sentence which is given to us, which says good literary magazines have always been good because of their editors. Now we go to sentence A, which says furthermore, to edit by committee, as it were, would prevent any magazine from finding its own identity. Then we look at sentence B, which says the more quirky and idiosyncratic they have been, the better the magazine is, at least as a general rule. Then we look at sentence C, which says, but the number of editors one can have for a magazine should also be determined by the number of contributions to it. Now you see that sentence C is talking about the number of editors. Sentence A is starting with the keyword furthermore. Furthermore also means that there is a lot which has already been talked about earlier in the passage, but it has not been because the paragraph is just starting out here. So A cannot be the opening sentence for this paragraph. So we rule out option A and we rule out option C. Now we take a look at C, which is again talking about the number of the editors, and we look at sentence B, which says the more quirky and idiosyncratic they have been. Now who is they? They is clearly referring to the editors. So therefore we see that B has to be the opening sentence of this parajumble. So we clear out option D. Now let us confirm whether our choice, option B, is the correct answer or not. We have the characteristic of the editors in sentence B. Then we move on to sentence C according to our option, which says, but the number of editors one can have for a magazine should also be determined by the number of contributions to it. Then we move on to sentence D, which says to have 4 editors for an issue that contains only 7 contributions. Now we see the connection between sentence C and D. C is also talking about the number of contributions to it, and D is then going on to tell us that to have 4 editors for an issue that contains only 7 contributions. It is further explaining to us the situation. It is a bit silly to start with. That is what it says. Then we go on to sentence A, which says furthermore, to edit by committee, as it were, would prevent any magazine from finding its own identity. Sentence A is telling us why is it unnecessary to edit by committee, and it is telling us the disadvantage of that the magazine will lose its identity. And we have the closing sentence which says, however, in spite of this anomaly, which has already been stated earlier, the magazine does acquire merit in its attempt to give a comprehensive view of the Indian literary scene as it is today. So we see that our option B, is the correct answer here.